Yeah, This City presents Lucas, Dremon here.
Let's go.
We were just talking about the beanie, bro. Tell me about the new merch, bro.
Oh
That's
man, this was
fierce.
this is from when we was back and forth and on the road. I'm actually getting some new ones. We was talking about if we wanted a new logo, the whole jargon for that. And it was beanies, and then it was like almost like booty shorts for girls, kind of whatever it is. And at
Oh,
first I
okay.
was like, I don't know about that, but those they actually went crazy. So yeah, so it's from the last one. We're gonna have some more. It was red, black, gray, white.
I love the embroidering. The embroidering's
That's
clean, and
that's what
that's.
threw me off. I
hmm
need to call him
I'm
back.
gonna have to get one of those, man. We're gonna have to figure out where we get those from, man.
Oh, we going.
But yeah, we got Draymond here, man. We're talking about what new music, new release party coming up. What do we have going on?
Man, there's so much. You got to stay busy in the craft, right? There's so much going on here. Uh, Man, 2025 has been a great year even though it's almost over now, right? I've been pushing the single Mamacita, produced by Bangladesh. And that's if for those who aren't familiar with it, he's produced a Millie, Lil Wayne, 6 foot, 7 foot, Lil Wayne, Diva, Beyonce, Ludacris Fantasy. A lot of people don't know that one here. Gucci Man Lemonade.
Okay.
I mean, Nicki Minaj did it on him. Like he's got a great resume. So it was a blessing to be able to work with him and go back and forth between here and Atlanta and be able to put that down and get the industry insights and studio lessons, I guess you could say here, because it was definitely a process with him. He's an original character for sure. So shout out Bangladesh, man. Shout out Rod Dollar. He A&R'd that. We were in because people asked, they're like, how did you kind of end up over there? So I met Ra and at a session in Las Vegas. I was invited by, I'm not sure if you remember, with Jimmy Kane and Wu-Tang Management.
Yeah,
and
yeah,
Straight Up
I remember that.
Entertainment.
Yeah, you were telling me
So
about
he
that.
invited me. He's just like, yo, Dre, you need to come. You got to come. You coming, right? Yeah, I know you're coming. I'm not even going to ask. So I get there, and it's this, we're driving out of the strip, going up, kind of uphill. I want to say west.
Mm-hmm.
Excuse me. Going up West Vegas, something like that. And huge compound, right? You're like, man, this can fit like a lot of tour buses and SUVs, and it did, mad SUVs. So we're in there, and I walk in there, I see Corrupt come out.
Oh no!
It's like,
Dad's there somewhere around the corner too.
He was there, but later. So he comes out, and he's like, "Yo, what's going on here?" He was actually really chill. You don't know what to expect from some of these guys, but he's MC wise, hip hop wise, legend. You know what I mean? And he was like, "Oh, where you from?" And it's like Albuquerque. He did the eyebrow thing, Albuquerque. Oh yeah, we used to get it in here. And I was like, yeah, okay. He's like, yeah, that's what's up. So I would see him throughout the sessions, and eventually he's like, hey, what's up, Dre? What's up, Killer? So we actually did some work. It was a collaborative effort from myself and a few artists with him. So the experience was dope. And then Capadonna from Wu-Tang was there, and I've seen him from whatever. So got some coaching from him as well here. Like, yo, you got this. Like, you was just living a life last night. Just rap about that. And then you see this other car pull up. It's an Uber, but for some reason the energy just shifts, right? And it wasn't bad, but it wasn't bright either. So you see it pull up slowly. The door opens up, and it's Keith Murray.
Oh no!
And it was like, in my head, I'm like, what is
the God?
Where am I?
Yeah,
because that wasn't he's Keith Murray and stuff. That was what I mean. That was I had the CD. So he gets in there, and not to get too detailed from the vibe of it, but that was a lot of headstrong energy in there and on forth. And another sessions, then Daz was there. He wasn't as talkative. He was like, "Oh, what's up?" Kind of was.
Yeah, you're right.
He was there for
the man behind the curtain.
Yeah,
Yep.
So I dig it. So during those sessions here, it was just artists going in and doing it, and finally, they had like an open space. And Joel is his name's engineer. He looks, he's like, I think it's your time now. And I was like, I got a few things I've been working on.
Lay a heater on him.
So we got to lay it out on him and do that here. Those songs are Cap, their songs are Corrupt. I didn't get one with Keith Murray, but that's cool. And
that's cool just to be around the God, though, right?
Just to be around and see. And then I was like, you know what? You heard Eminem or other people mentioning Corrupt's one of their favorite MCs. And I was like, I get to see this here. So you see him, and the whole time, no phone, no pad.
Just went in.
You see him pacing back and forth a little bit. He's bopping and doing his thing here, and then you just get to see him go in. So that was enough for me, man. So
Dang, that's crazy. So that's not your first time being around artists like that though, right? You've been around a few artists a few times, some producers, right?
you kind of see him in and out. And the other ones I didn't necessarily get to speak with, so it's just whatever kind of passing by. That was a more personal, I guess you could say, or a more involved situation to be able to do that here. So shout out Jimmy King here. So the A&R who I'm talking about, Ra, he was there at that session, but we didn't speak. But you could just tell he was watching the whole time.
Yeah.
So then he hits me later, or on the way back from Vegas. He was like, yo, I like Dre. I rock with him, I was just peeping. It reminds me of the Death Row days. He's all, whoever's hungry is on tracks, and whoever, you either eat or you starve. So he just says something crazy. He's like, I'm going to get you a track with Bangladesh. And I was like, okay. My manager at the time was kind of like, okay. And I'm like, nah, we'll see. So before
we'll see, right? You never know with those things.
But before you know it, I'm in Atlanta in the different studios and hearing the music, because I got to hear Pressure with Lil Wayne and 2 Chainz before it dropped, because Bangladesh produced that.
Oh, okay. So I didn't know that.
So the time when I was at his house, he's just in his vibe. You know what I mean? He's in his zone here. He was already working and touching up stuff, so he just starts playing hits. And, he doesn't even say anything. So as you hear the beat drop, with the whistle and the bass, I'm like, this is dope. And then you just hear 2 Chainz start rapping, and you're like, is that 2 Chainz? And then Wayne comes on after, and you're like, is that Wayne? And then he jumps to another song. This is a dope beat. Is this Gucci Man? I never heard this one.
Jeez.
And he just keeps going in, and he can. Like, every time I've been around him, there's some stuff he's always working on.
Do you think sometimes they'll give you like a sneak peek at those exclusives because they kind of want to see your vibe? They want to see what your reaction is, like a fellow artist or someone up and coming as yourself.
I would think so. I don't know for sure.
Because that's not the first time I've heard that happening, where you get exclusives or other people get exclusives, and it's like, why are you showing me this? Because I think they want to see your reaction. Yeah. Or they want to, because they look up to you, what you're doing.
And it was dope. I don't know about looking up, because if you see him in his vibe, it's like, nah, this is him. But that's one of the things I learned from him. He's like, he's in his zone. Okay. He's in his world. He's in his zone here. He's like, in his head, I know it's dope. Because I'm dope.
Right? He's been there.
Yeah, so, and that was one of them. The other one was, so I was at the studio of Star Labs in Atlanta as well. And I'm laying out tracks. The same dude, Raw, has me over there. And that's when I was doing What I Did and a few other tracks like that were building up to it. So there's the dude running the studio, or we think it's the dude running the studio. And he's like, yeah, this is dope. This is cool. He's in and out. I'm in the zone. So later on, everybody else leaves the studio but him. And he's like, yeah, I'm going to show you some stuff. So I'm like, okay. He starts playing music. And some really super dope, well-produced stuff, right? Mm-hmm. And his name's J-Lac, by the way. So I'm like, all right. Cool. And I was in the zone. I was feeling good. Songs is great. I'm happy. So he plays it, and I'm like, oh, this is dope. And then somebody comes on and starts singing, and I'm like, it sounds like Usher. I'm a huge Usher fan, and I've never heard this record. I never heard him, so I'm like, man, this is dope. And he just does another one, and I'm like, how does this dude have all this unreleased Usher? And then you start to look around. The plaques on the wall is like Lloyd, Get It, Shawty. Ooh. And there's like a few around there or whatever. And then come to find out, after we took the picture and I leave, and then it was like, yo, did you know who you was talking to? I'm like, no. And it was like, that was Usher's actual little brother, the producer.
Oh,
like his
wow.
actual one. That's him.
Really?
That's him and Polo.
So his little brother makes beats.
Yeah, they run the studio with him and Polo to Don.
Oh, so they're recording and doing everything.
They're in and out. I saw Polo in and out, but
he
pulls up an SUV. How they're working. He's in another big room. So that's when, like, the point is, I guess, is like after being in those environments and seeing those things in and out between there and Las Vegas, it's like, oh yeah, we here. Albuquerque's here, and that's. All that leads up to the Mamacita record. The back and forth. Bang was out in Albuquerque. It was a fun time. So to be able to push that and then get into like the project I'm into now, Too Humble, Too Long, which kind of signifies that. Shout out and RIP to my homie Legend. You know what I mean? He passed away. It's almost been a year now. I started the project.
Damn.
with him in the studio. You know what I mean? Yeah. So that was the big deal for this project with me, is being able to finish it. And he was super supportive on it. He was on the team. You could say it was anything you need him to be. You need me to be a rep. You need to be a manager. You need me to pull up to the show with you. And so to be able to finish that now, it feels good. It feels good to be able to do that. And I wouldn't say pick up where I left off, because I didn't stop, but you get in your zones about it. And even with that project, it's been a thing leading up to it. The single I'm pushing, Ready, produced by Fontaine from Podium Music. He did the song Shifting. That was with the whole 2K ordeal and the online gameplay and stuff that was going on for it, the playlisting and all of that, which is another thing. So all of these things were kind of lining up around the same time here. That actually happened when I was in Miami. On a family vacation. I was still I was still on the phone and doing that.
Grinding, right?
Yeah, so to be able to do that, and then shortly after the song What I Did that we talked about in the studio in Atlanta, that one's officially soundtrack plays for the movie The Boneyard. So for Albuquerque,
that's right.
I
remember that
the story. That's a big deal and huge thing about it. And then the movie 50 Cent, Mel Gibson. You guys go check it out. I'll leave it for you guys to check out. But
I see it. It was a good flick, man. I think definitely, and it's shot here, right? And produced, everything
shot
here.
And produced. It's for here and it's about here. So I think that's the dope thing about it. And that's one of my whole pushes of quality, is like being from Albuquerque, New Mexico, and being out in the world and doing your thing the same way you would see any other established artist from New York or Atlanta or LA or anything like that, and to actually be in and around the industry and be doing those type of things, so here we are with Too Humble Too Long, and just the attitude about it, the vibe about it, because that's one of the last things me and my homie talked about, is not letting nobody dim your light. And we said a good king is a golden one, and he is humble, but you've been a little too humble too long. You got to talk your ish straight a little bit. It's about
I'll say this. I agree, man. I think you've always had solid cards. We've worked together in the past.
Yes.
I think now's the time, man. You're confident. You're in your Kobe years. You're in your prime. I think the writing is phenomenal right now. The production, the recording is like tier to none, right? Like the experience you've had is just, it shows, man.
Yeah, and it's going. I'm just kind of letting it. They usually say take the wheel, and it's like nah. I'm letting it do its thing. I'm enjoying this because I'm putting myself in a different level and different company than what you would hear from the average artist from my city.
Yes.
And I'm super proud about that. Some can say it's arrogant or cocky. I don't really care, because I'm happy and proud about it. It's legacy at the end of the day, right?
You're moving.
So.
Another thing I wanted to ask you, too, the Germany, the overseas, what happened there?
That's going on the same time here. So in the midst of that, same A&R.
Okay, so he's
on but he believes he's on board, so he's like, he calls another one of those crazy phone calls, yo, Dre, so we need to go to Germany. And I'm like, excuse me? He's like, nah, just go and check it out. So he introduces me. And that's another thing about it. Like when things come up like this there, when it comes to execution or making it happen, you know what I mean? It's like, let's do it. So I do it. A lot of people are like, that's crazy, that's far, that's all of these things there, 8-hour time difference. So you can imagine the things you have to juggle with that in personal life. But it worked out for the better. And again, got to work with another up there producer, DJ Sherry here. We did, man. So that music's coming after. And it's not officially done, but Too Humble Too Long is going to be the last project of what you could imagine from me, for people who don't know it or getting to know it. And then the stuff with Sherry is a whole flip side. It's a whole, I guess you could say, brighter horizon. Like, you're not going to expect it. And it's just as, it's better. I wouldn't say just as good.
I'll say better. This, every project you've released though, right? Or you could say every like 7 years, 6 years, like you can see the evolution.
Yeah, it was
you see the evolution, definitely.
Last time I did an actual project was with the Straight Up Entertainment at the Sony Orchard, which that one's on its way for 500K streams on Spotify.
That's right. We were just talking about that. You do some awards, aren't you?
Yeah,
you do some plaques.
Do a few here. I got
the
one for Song of the Year for Shifting. Then they shut down. I said, it's cool. Y'all owe me a couple though, so y'all still.
And politics can get a little weird, because Defy won Hip Hop Award of the state, right?
I was there.
Or Hip Hop Artist of the Year. And I was like,
there.
wait a second.
I was there.
There was some close friends. Shout out to Defy. That it's love,
but
we got a lot of heat now, Defy's doing his thing.
Defy's doing his thing. It's similar realms. I mean, it might be different styles, different genres, if you will, or different technique, but a lot of the same realms there, because I believe that's one of the only artists who I can say was overseas when I was overseas.
Oh, was he?
I think he was in I want to say Paris or something like that. And
okay, I remember that. You're right, because I remember. I was catching up.
Yeah, and he's dope dude. We always talk when we see each other here. We have yet to collab.
You move the same. You move very similarly,
exactly.
right?
So it's understood, and I'm just excited about what we're doing and be able to talk with like-minded people when you run into them about it. So in Germany, it was great. It was super appreciative here. We got to be on the radio. We got to Crash Radio. I got to be on one of the biggest entertainment TV shows out there, which is RTL, and they had their top 10 countdown. We made number 2.
Oof.
For being there unexpectedly. You know what I mean? So shout out RTL, shout out Sherry, shout out Rob. It was a great moment. I did the interview, but they played the interview on TV.
Did they get to see you perform out there live? So that was part of it too?
Yeah.
Okay, it wasn't like just hearing some of your music? Okay.
Yeah, so they got to everybody there for the performance for Radio Frankfurt got to see it. And then for the article, they posted a good amount of the performance. But during, of course, when I'm talking and doing the interview, they have the translator come on.
Oh, that's right? Because it's all your
All you heard is Albuquerque and Dremon, and then whatever else they said. Yeah. So it was good for that here, and some people here, they don't know it's a big deal. That's almost like TRL for out here, if you will. And especially for there being for that here. And I just take those things, like we said, legacy or accolades, and it all goes into it here. Not that I'm feeling myself, but I'm enjoying the fruits of the labor and want to grow more. You know what I mean? So being able to be in the studio with them and grow and work and see things and see the actual influence that the culture has on the rest of the world, it's beautiful. So. Well,
touching on live performances, I think that's something we can all agree upon, right? Yeah. Is that I think you bring an exceptional performance, right? When we get to see you live. I remember, when was this? This was years back, but I remember some of the UBR crowd, they'd never seen you work. They'd never seen you freestyle, or they'd never seen you be live. And I remember when they finally seen it, it was like, well, some of us knew, but it was crazy that they were just kind of like in the woods and they didn't know. And I was like, I did not know,
I wonder sometimes if I still should have did it, stuck into it, but I'm actually happy where I'm at, just because I love freestyle, I love the bars, but so that still happens a bit in the studio now as people don't see it here, but not as much now, but it's a good thing.
Yeah. No, the freestyles, and, I guess they are what they are. A lot of it's premeditated, right? A lot of it's album work, whatnot, But yeah, man, the live shows, what do you have coming up? I know you just did one, right? The other day. What was that? What was that venue?
International Fest? Or was it the International Fest? Great crowd. It was in the hood, actually.
I seen
that.
If
you look at it, was Phil Chacon Park, and the city put on for that. The city, the county, like, you'd be surprised, like, how they're actually making a push for that here. You know what I mean? So, shout out to City, shout out Nicole Rogers.
Because they actually had like a whole sound set, everything, huh? It was a full set.
Yeah, it was, and it was a great show. And I feel like right there, people get to see more and more, because you talked about the UBR ones and the other ones here, but the show now, it's like, you're gonna need to pay for that. But when you see it and you see what he's bringing, is worth it, because some people for out here, when they hear rapper or they hear artists from here, especially rapper or hip hop, they're like, oh, okay, whatever. But at the end of the day here, I am an entertainer. Yeah. It's hip hop, but I am an entertainer. So I'm able to rock a crowd 30, 45 minutes and no dry spots. Nothing but bangers or hits if they didn't know here. So it's a good position to be in. And then with the recaps and everything else here, because you see the crowd into it. A lot of people, they like to post their shows and they do certain little angles and certain pieces. And it's like, no, bro, show us the crowd. Whether they scream 1 time or 10 times here, like that's the work and the beauty of it here, because you can remember if they weren't doing it, not doing it, and when they start doing it. Because when you start to get off stages and people come up to you more than you would expect when the headliners there or in the area and stuff here, it's like you did your job. So.
Well, I look at it like it's like reps too, right? Like hitting the gym, and just like other artists we were talking about, Defy, other established guys like Rage being one of them too, right? Been around for decades now, it's like, it's just reps. You get more comfortable. You get more comfortable locking in with the crowd. You just see it.
You see like basketball players are constantly shooting even when you don't see them shooting. And that's the same thing for every aspect. Sports, a quarterback's throwing it.
Yes.
A lineman is
step by step.
And consistently doing that and learning more as they can get it. So I look at music or performance or practice the same way. Like if you don't use it, you lose it, and that's with any craft. So you gotta respect anybody who does it. And as far as for next shows coming up here, we're waiting right now. I'm not gonna say too much here because right now we're pushing Too Humble Too Long. I got a single on there right now that's about to go. The project drops here in 5 hours or 4 hours. That's right, because
the release party is still tomorrow, right?
Yes, the release party is Thursday. It's Tuesday right now, and
a Thursday. Okay.
Yeah, so it goes off of East Coast time pretty much here. So 12 a.m. is 10 p.m. here. So a lot of people don't, you know how when it's new music Mondays or Tuesdays or whatever it is, so you're like people are posting about this right now. They're getting it based off of the time zone for whatever midnight is for East Coast time and around the world. So some people already are getting it.
Makes sense.
Getting it now.
Because there's a delay.
Yep. So Too Humble Too Long is dropping. I got a single ready, produced by the same producer who did Shifting, Fontaine Podium Music. Shout out him.
So you got a couple producers on there?
Yeah, got a couple on there. Fontaine from Podium Music, Nike Boys got a few, Default, Oddball, BJ, Beat Out Smokes. He's got some on there still too. That's my guy. That's that's why I honed the craft and built the catalog at one point in time because we recorded over in less than a year, a few hundred songs just back to back, without an exact idea of what to do, but it helped form the identity. So as I got to these bigger sessions in Vegas and Atlanta and overseas, it was like you said, it's like it was in the gym that whole time, even when you didn't see it.
Yeah, so, no. Well, I know you know clearly, right? You gave me a sneak peek. We have one working on, right? Fade Away. That's going to be coming out here soon.
That's
Fade
the big
Away
boom
with This
for the
City.
project.
Yeah,
but
you can definitely hear the evolution, like on the production, man. These beat makers are crazy,
they
right?
Are crazy.
And they're competitive on their own level, right? Like the MCs are competitive, the beat makers are competitive.
I should check the DMs right now. They're like, yo, I got a pack for you, Dre. You.
Speaking of beat makers, right? Like Just Q. What happened ever? Just Q, right? Just Q had some heaters back then. Remember that? And some of his work was getting out to the East Coast. I remember.
It was. Shout out to him. Whatever he's doing. Man, just as far as for beat makers, for me it's a mixture, and there's still some here. Oddball, Nike Boy is doing his thing.
Yeah,
he's also DJ now, but he's doing his thing. So like I said, I got a couple from him. I got some from Fontaine, Ferretti, Default. He did Fade Away and a couple of other joints on there. Beat Out Smokes, so super dope producer. So I'm excited to bring this, and I'm gonna spend a lot of time introducing and letting people get really familiar with this project as we get it, because the stuff I'm working on for overseas coming here, that's what's coming right after. So we're going to give them what I got, and then we're going to jump to it.
Dope.
We'll do the campaign over there as well. So that's where it kind of gets a little tricky sometimes with doing and promoting music and doing it in one country and doing it in another, and it's the same lineup and stuff. It's just a matter of, like you said, execution and pushing
the business, right? When being creative ain't enough, right?
It's more business than creative, but
I think so, man. I think so, right?
Yes, and also for the release party, you guys come out. It's at Juno.
Yeah, where's it at again? What date again? What time?
Thursday, November 6th at Juno. Starts at 9 p.m. Got some other dope artists on there too. Mona Lisa Gang, Zilla Bones, Southwest Soldiers, which is Mark the Dark and his crew. Dope artist, by the way. You got to check him out. He won, I thought on Thursday for 101. And shout out to them as well for supporting the record. Mamacita's going crazy with Bangladesh. It's just a lot to kind of do and just to kind of hone in and focus. You know what I mean? So
yeah,
y'all check that out. The project drops. Too Humble Too Long. Y'all check it out. I don't mean to be the banner for it here, but yes, you gotta. You know, it is what it is.
It is what it is. Yes, sir. Well, hey, I guess that pretty much wraps it up. I think we covered a lot, right? Over the seas, new projects, the release party. Show up to the release party.
Yeah. Show up to
the
it,
release
man.
party. I'll be covering it, so we're gonna get some nice footage.
It's gonna be some great. It's gonna be some great stuff in the house. Got the media, got the people. There's gonna be some other dope music you hear there. Shout out DJ Pandemonium, by the way. He's gonna be
cool,
rocking that piece for me here. Shout out AV1013 for supporting our artists from New Mexico on air and being there to help cover as well, media wise. You know what I mean? And to do that here, I mentioned, we can't mention everybody because it's a long list. When you go back to what it is here, we shouted out Take It Personal, all the records and things that you guys should hear, but you're going to hear a lot more. And then now I'm going to say something absurd. No, I'm kidding. You thought the viral moment wasn't coming? No, but
No, that's cool, man. I just wanted to get you in here, bro, and have a conversation, catch up with you. Right? We've known each other for what? It's over 10 years now. You know,
10 years, and you get to see the growth here.
Yes,
I definitely have pushed myself to the front of a pack, if you will, and really more just about doing me. It's not necessarily about what other people consider a pack or competition or anything else like that. It's like once I kind of gave myself tunnel vision when it comes to all of that here,
established
and
the game plan,
and doing that, and it's great. You know, I'm happy. It's getting great. I'm in a whole new form. I'm excited about it.
I'll be honest.
Y'all stay tuned.
We're trying to keep up, man. But I do want one of those beanies, man. Let me get one of those beanies. I'll pay for it. Seriously.
I got the pullover too, man. I got the pullover.
I love the embroidery, bro. I love it, man.
I came here for it, man. So appreciate y'all, man. Shout out Gabe.
G-Man, yes, sir.
G-Man.
8688 Studios, yes, sir.
Dog.
This City Productions, Dremon, right? Yes, sir.
You're going to see more of it, man. Dang, is it over? I'm kind of sad now.
It's over. It's over. But thanks for coming out, man.
Thank you, man. Thank you
for
having me.
Yes, sir.